You're lying in the dark, and an endless to-do list is spinning in your head. The phone screen is your only light. Every minute of silence feels stolen. You feel time slipping through your fingers like sand. A voice inside whispers, "You could have done more. You could have earned more." You're falling behind. For you, rest isn't recovery. It's a shameful escape. You're afraid to stop and face the void. We call this productivity, but it's actually trained anxiety. You fear becoming irrelevant. Your worth is tied to the number of check marks in your notebook. If the day didn't bring a result, you erase that day from your life. You punish yourself for weakness. Look at your hands. They were made to create, but now they're shaking under an invisible weight. You've surrounded yourself with things you bought to feel successful, but they only remind you of debt. Your brain is a factory that never closes for a break. The equipment is worn out, but the belt is accelerating. You look at others on social media and only see their victories. You compare your rest to their facade. Guilt is the price you pay for the right to simply breathe without producing anything in this moment. You try to relax, but your neck muscles are locked. Your body remembers the stress your mind ignores. How many times have you promised yourself, "Tomorrow, I'll definitely rest"? But tomorrow is a never-ending chase. It's time to dissect this guilt, to understand who put this destructive algorithm in your head. We were taught that rest must be earned, like a reward after an exhausting battle. Since childhood, you've watched adults take pride in their fatigue as if it were a medal of honor. Don't just sit there. Hard work made us human. These phrases are etched into your subconscious. Now, when you close your eyes, you hear a voice from the past demanding an account for every second. We've built a cult of busyness. If you aren't busy, you feel invisible, like a hollow space. You check your email while waiting for coffee. You listen to podcasts at double speed to do it all. Your brain has lost the skill of doing nothing. Silence has become an unbearable noise for you. Let's look deeper. Your guilt is a defense mechanism. It masks the fear of your true desires. As long as you're running, you don't have to think about whether you're even going in the right direction. You use work as a painkiller, a way to drown out the questions that have no easy answers. Your apartment has turned into an office, your bed into a planning site for tomorrow's assault. Look at your gadgets. They aren't tools. They are your wardens, demanding attention 24/7. You're afraid that if you stop for a day, the world will collapse without your control. But the reality is, the world won't even notice. And that thought scares you the most. Your significance doesn't depend on your utility to the system, but you stopped believing that long ago. Your nervous system isn't designed for an endless cycle of stimulation. When you ignore fatigue, your brain switches to survival mode. Creativity is the first to die. You think you're working, but you're just moving pixels, imitating frantic activity. Cortisol, the stress hormone, has become your fuel. But this fuel is burning the engine from the inside. Rest is not a luxury. It is technical maintenance for the most complex mechanism in the universe. Look at nature. No living creature hunts 24 hours a day. Even predators sleep. You think sleep is a waste of time, but in sleep, your brain disposes of mental junk. When you don't rest, you become less sharp. Your reactions slow down and your focus shatters. Your irritability with loved ones is your body's cry for help. You are on the edge. The myth of the flow state. You wait for it, but flow doesn't come to those who are depleted. We fear missing out on something important, but in this chase, we miss life itself. Your body is sending signals: back pain, heavy eyes, brain fog. Do you hear them? You try to rest by watching short videos, but that's not rest. It's just another dose of cheap dopamine. You're just overloading your visual channel, forcing your brain to process even more useless noise. True rest requires courage. The courage to be inefficient and useless to society. To stop blaming yourself, you must admit your productivity is someone else's script. Rule number 1. Rest is not a reward for work. It is a prerequisite for existence. Start with microdoses of silence. Just 5 minutes a day where you consume nothing and create nothing. Set a hard boundary. When the sun goes down, your internal workshop closes. No exceptions. Learn to distinguish active rest from digital noise. A walk without a phone is cleansing. Scrolling is intoxication. Introduce a digital sunset ritual. Put all screens away an hour before bed. Tell your brain the hunt is over. The tasks on your list are not you. If you didn't finish the plan, you didn't become worse. You're just human. Practice the art of the good enough result. Perfectionism is the shortest path to paralysis and eternal guilt. Replace the question, "What did I do today?" with, "How did I feel today?" That changes the focus. When guilt comes, don't fight it. Just say, "I see you. You are an echo of old habits, but I choose silence." Delete the apps that make you feel not successful enough. Your attention is your currency. Allow yourself to be boring. The world doesn't need your daily heroism. It needs your clear eyes and health. Start planning your rest as strictly as business meetings. Put doing nothing on your calendar. If you feel the urge to check email on a Saturday, it's a symptom of addiction. Leave the phone in another room. You will see the fog of guilt slowly start to dissipate, revealing your true self. Real freedom begins where you allow yourself to be imperfect. Understand, your productivity is not the measure of your humanity. You are valuable simply because you exist. Introduce the day of silence. 1 day a week with no goals and no schedules. Rest isn't just sleep. It's contemplation, creativity without a result, aimless walks, and laughter. When you are full, you give the world much more than when you are exhausted. Your rest is a gift to others. Stop making excuses to yourself for sitting on the couch. You don't need to earn the right to a pause. Guilt is just an old neural connection. Every time you choose peace, you build a new, healthy path. Surround yourself with people who value your state of mind, not just your achievements. Your environment shapes your peace. Remember, on their deathbed, no one regrets working too little. They regret living too little. Your energy is a finite resource. Learn to invest it in what truly matters to your soul. When you rest without guilt, your ideas become brighter and your decisions more precise. You reclaim your clarity. Look at the world around you. It doesn't demand constant heroism from you. It simply invites you to participate. Take a deep breath, right now. Can you feel it? This is life, free from the endless race. You are no longer a slave to your to-do list. You are the captain of your time. And today, you choose the calm. Go and rest. Truly, no phone, no plans, no guilt. You have earned this.